You know, if you have someone in a wheelchair in the crowd, and you talk all manner of shit about them, they're laughing, they're having a good time, or they're making noises at the very least, and you know, they enjoy that because they spend their entire life people staring at them, and now they're a part of the show.
I got like an 8-minute thing on gay guys, and then I wrap it up by saying like how I'm 10% gay. Like I like to see big.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying, bro? I did that set. A gay guy was on the side stage at the Laugh Factory and gave me a hug when I came off.
Oh, really?
And he's like, keep going harder on us gays.
Which is good.
It's your boy David Lucas. Welcome to another episode of Fishing with David Lucas. And today, all the way from Australia, I got my dog Isaac Butterfield.
Thanks for having me, mate.
Thanks for being here.
It's good to be here. I'm scared of this hook though. It's scary.
Bro, you're from Australia.
I know.
There you go, bro. Put that on that hook.
What is this? A chili or something?
Yeah, it's pepper.
All right.
It's a bait, man.
It's a bait. It looks like a chili. I thought you were going to give me chilies or something. I was scared.
Goat sent it to me.
Okay.
We're trying bait. It says their bait outfishes all of the bait because we're trying to figure out how to catch these ladybird lake fish.
Okay.
You might catch a dead body. So we just go over here and just throw it in.
Oops, sorry.
Show me what Australians got, dog. Oh, don't tell me you can't fish.
Well, where's the little loop thing you hold on to? There we go. All right.
Oh, hell no.
What the Dave?
You must be from New Zealand.
Well, it's not.
Let me see. Well, you are disgracing your country.
What?
It's all good. I got you. You don't fish much, huh?
Well, every fishing rod I've ever hauled has that little metal loop over the top.
Oh, the open face. This is just a little push button easy for people to come on the podcast. That was
right.
Crockett. There you go.
Thank you. All right, well, that was terrible, but...
When's the last time you been in America?
I was here when Trump got shot last time.
Really? Look at your...
And then last time, and then I came, and then
You're just
Charlie
bad
Kirk
luck,
got
bro.
shot.
You're just bad luck.
If you're a Republican and I come back next time,
stay
at home.
Stay away, bro. We gotta... Let me know when you're coming back so we can...
Scary out here.
Put all of them on watch.
I'll tell you what, though. We went to the range in Austin.
Oh, yesterday, right? Yeah. How was that?
Great. I got to shoot an AK-47.
Because you don't get to have guns in Australia unless you're a bogan, right?
Well, I am a bogan. And being a bogan, like, if you don't know what it is, it's basically like an upper-class version of a redneck.
Okay.
But there are versions of bogans that are worse than rednecks. Somewhere in the middle.
So how do y'all get guns?
Well, you have to... So if you wanted a pistol, you would have to join a pistol club. You'd have to go shooting... Like, you have to go to these meetings and shit.
Okay.
You have to prove to the government that you go there all the time. You've got to lock it up at the pistol club. It's a whole thing. Like, there's so much you need to do to prove to the government that you're allowed to have one.
So what about a rifle?
A rifle, you've got to be basically on a farm. Like, I went to get my gun license 2 or 3 years ago, and I got through a little bit of the paperwork, and I was like, this is just not worth it. Like, what am I doing? It took forever. There's so many processes you got to go through. And don't get me wrong, like, I think it's good to, check that someone's not insane. But it gets to a point where it's like, what is the point of me doing this?
So what happens if you get caught with a gun over there?
Oh, you just go to court. You probably go to jail. I'm not too sure, but it's not good. If you get caught with a firearm, you're basically treated as like a domestic terrorist, really.
Damn.
Like, it's people are terrified of guns. And when I say I go to America, because I come here, this is my 5th time in America.
Yeah.
And people are like, really? Like, is it safe there and all that type of shit? And I'm like, yeah, it is.
It is like what I think about when I go to Australia is y'all got to dodge alligators and the most poisonous snakes in the world.
Oh, yeah.
Drop bears.
We got everything. But, like, we have the most poisonous snake, the inland taipan, but it's in the middle of the country.
Oh.
No one's there. Like I was saying to you before, like Australia's got a population of 26 million people.
Right.
That's less than Texas.
Right.
In a country the same size as the United States.
So yeah.
Like we're spread out, but like we got spiders. Like I showed you a photo of a funnel web spider that we got out of the bottom of the pool. You just don't touch them and you'll be fine.
Yeah.
Snakes, like there's red belly black snakes that we see all the time. Brown snakes, see them very rarely.
Red belly snakes poisonous or venomous?
The red belly black snake, the black part's important. Means they're dangerous. And they're actually like really timid.
Yeah.
But they hunt other snakes.
Ah.
Like, so if you have red bellies around, they'll hunt the brown snakes, and the brown snakes have got the more potent venom, and they'll really, mess up sort of thing.
I like that. So you want to keep a red belly around?
Yeah. So if you see them, you don't want to touch them.
So it's kind of like having a king snake around here.
Yeah. They'll look after you. It's the same with like lizards, and we got a lot of skinks and lizards that live near us, and we let them sort of peruse around because they eat the cockroaches and the spiders, and you got to be really unlucky, like putting your hand somewhere where it shouldn't be, or like, if you're out in the yard, you wear gloves, that type of stuff, but the huntsman spiders, have you seen those?
No.
They're like as big as my hand. They're big, they grow like huge. I had one on my back once when I went to the fridge in the middle of the night to get some water. Screamed like a little girl. It was terrifying, But they're harmless. They won't hurt you.
Yeah.
I think it's more dangerous, except for crocodiles.
Yeah.
Like where we are right now, if this was up in the northern part of Australia, you wouldn't be that close to the water.
This?
Yeah.
Really?
This is way too close. I think anyway. Like for me, when we go on the road and do shows, I wouldn't have my family this close to the water sort of thing.
How far you stay back? 50 feet?
Yeah, the car. It's
damn.
Like I had a mate who jumped in the water up in Caldwell in Queensland, just a little town, and like a week later there was a salty, as people call them, like that was like 2-3 meters long, huge. Yeah. And like they're long, but their bodies are as like thick as a big, solid oak tree.
Yeah.
Like these giant prehistoric lizards that just swim through the water. Like they haven't changed in 100 million years. They're just perfect killing machines. So
since y'all don't have guns and stuff, you got a lot of animals. There's a lot. Like, y'all fight a lot, right?
We fight kangaroos occasionally. Like how the.
No, I'm talking about each other.
Oh, there's a lot of fights. Yeah, like if you go to a bar or something, there's usually like one punch up or something a night, but not. There's a lot less now. Where I grew up, the bar in town there, that was the most violent venue in New South Wales for a long time. I think it was called...
It wasn't popular?
Yeah, everyone would go there because it was the only place that would let you in if you got kicked out everywhere else. So you'd go there and it was gross. It was the cheaper drinks, terrible people, but it was fun enough,
Yeah.
But yeah, there was... In fact, when I turned 18, because that's the drinking age in Australia, 18, when I turned 18, they had all these licensing laws come in where they're very strict on alcohol. Like alcohol is really expensive in Australia.
Really?
Yeah. So like a carton of beer, like a 24 pack of beer would be like, I don't know, 60, 70 Australian dollars, which is like 50, 55 US sort of thing.
So how much is one single beer at the bar? $8?
Depends what it is. If you go and buy like...
Foster's. That's Australian for beer.
I've never had a Foster's. VB is the most Australian beer.
Yeah.
You'll have to have one of those when you're there. It smells like my old man's shed when I was growing up.
Really?
Yeah, he loved the old VB. But if you get like a pale ale or something like that, like not a generic beer, you're probably looking at like $11, $12.
That's crazy.
For a schooner glass, and that's like smaller than a pint. So it's not cheap.
It's expensive to get drunk.
Very expensive to get drunk, and that's why like a lot of young people go out on like the student nights and stuff.
Oh.
But in saying all that, our licensing laws and liquor laws are so strict. We're so like everyone thinks Australia is a very like free place. It's not. You have to charge a certain amount for them. You can't be too cheap, and you can't advertise it too much because you're encouraging people to drink and shit. It's crazy, man.
I didn't know y'all's government was that strict.
And the big problem with the Australian government is both the right-wing and the left-wing governments are both very, they want to control the people. They want to control what you say and what you do. And we saw this during the early 2020s with that illness that was going around. Like, we couldn't do anything. For me to travel interstate, I had to get the jab and all that type of stuff. Couldn't get on a plane without it.
Yeah.
So for me to work, I had to. It was basically like, without them saying it, you have to get this, otherwise you can't go and do your job. So that was a bit gross, and it's only gotten worse. Like, even in New South Wales, where I live, the freedom of speech. Well, there's no protections under the Constitution of Australia. None. It's implied, but what does that mean? You know what I mean? They've now brought laws in, and they've done it under the cover of protecting Jews. They said it's these anti-Semitic.
Y'all got a lot of Jews in Australia?
I think so. Couple. But they've said that it's all about protecting Jewish people from anti-Semitism. But the laws are now saying that, and they're written in a very peculiar way. They're like, you cannot encourage hatred or, gross ridicule of someone because of their religious or ethno-religious background. Right. And then it goes on to gender and sexuality and all these types of things. And comedy's not protected under these new laws.
Because that's how your issue happened, right?
Yeah. So I had a joke about Aboriginal people that went... Just my manager.
Oh.
Just checking in.
Oh, that's your manager? Seriously?
No.
Oh, I was like... I mean, like, just come right in a set in the middle of a fucking conversation.
I mean, he's just chill.
I thought you was like, that's your manager for real.
He's just checking on things.
Yeah.
I got in trouble for an Aboriginal joke.
What year was that?
23. And
that's how we met.
Yeah. Well, I messaged you after your own troubles.
Yeah.
And I was like, just hang in there, brother. It'll be all right. I know a lot of comedians already know that, but I feel like...
But you still, when you're going through that, you don't feel that. You hear people say it, but dude, like, when that shit happened, I thought I was about to lose everything.
Oh, really?
I was like, Mom, I told my mom, I was like, I don't know. I was like, shit, we might have to switch some stuff up. Like, because it's like, I take care of my mom, you know what I'm saying? I'm like, shh.
Was everyone coming for you?
Not everybody.
But a loud portion?
The BLM people.
Yeah.
They were, but it was like, it was split because there was, I remember when it first happened, Tommy Loren, she brought me to Nashville to do an interview on her podcast, and I was sitting in this barbecue restaurant, and these black cooks were looking at me and whispering, and I'm like, fuck.
Really?
But I had my gun, so I'm like, man, this is not what I want to do. I don't want it to go that far. And so I'm like, because you just thinking like the worst. I was on edge because I was getting death threats. People were calling my mom, calling my house. So I'm on edge the whole time. So anytime I see somebody staring at me too long, I'm like, fuck, is this the one?
Yeah.
Is this when it happens? So they're staring at me, and then they walk over to me and they're like, that's on us. And I'm like, okay. And he was like, I just want to say, keep saying what you're saying. He said, I'm tired of America telling black people how they should think.
Really?
And I was like, whew.
Good.
I was like, bro, I was so scared.
And it is scary, man. Like,
it is.
You got people, you don't know what people are thinking too.
Yeah, but then you learn that 99.9% of people are just fluff.
Yeah.
And a lot of them are just, because D.L. Hughley made it popular. He put it on his page, and that's when it all went to hell, because the shit was out. I released the damn joke.
And who's he?
D.L. Hughley, he's a huge black comic.
Okay.
He was on the Kings of Comedy tour.
Right.
And now he's turned into like a left-wing extremist. Like, he was talking, crazy about Charlie Kirk, talking crazy about me, and we knew each other, and I'm like, I opened for him several times.
Yeah.
But, when that was happening, it was scary, bro. And you realize that 99.9% of these people don't even know who the fuck you are.
Yeah.
Really.
No.
And they wouldn't have supported you anyway.
Oh, yeah. When they say things like, I'm unfollowing you, it's like, okay. Whatever you reckon, mate. I've had about 5 cancellations in my career, and Australia's very left-leaning. A lot of it is anyway.
But it made you rich.
Yeah, it made me a lot of money and allowed me to buy my first house and all of those really cool things.
Yeah.
It's not something that I really worry about, except when it comes to death threats because I've got a young family.
Right.
But I've become really good friends with a couple of gentlemen who run a security company, and they do for a huge amount of high-profile people. Like they do the UFC and me. Like it's ridiculous that they have to do my shows because everything's cool. Like there's never a problem, no one's ever an issue, but it's just in case someone pulls a knife.
Just in case, yeah.
Whatever, yeah. Because the last thing you want to do is like, I'm going to save, a couple of $1,000 here, and then something happens.
Hey guys, you want that dick to be hard? You want to enter the room dick first? Blue Chew isn't just a tablet, it's a cheat code for your crotch. Stronger, harder, longer lasting. Like someone gave your downstairs a pep talk and a gym membership. I'm talking about Veiny. Blue Chew is the original brand offering chewable tablets for better sex. Jack could climb his own stalk on one of these beans. You know what I'm saying? I popped the Blue Chew, and now TSA calls me sir, because when they pat with the back of their hands, they still feel that wood. You feel me knocking? Well, let me in. Guys, this isn't just about performance. This is about legacy or third legacy. Give that group chat something to talk about, because if you lay it down, she gonna go in there and be like, girl, you know what he did last night? He whipped out that third leg. Is that how you want to be? Or do you want to be known as Mr. Vienna Sausage? Get a Blue Chew right now so you can have that third leg. Veiny, rock hard. And we've got a special deal for you listeners. As always, get your first month of Blue Chew free. Just use promo code David at checkout and pay $5 for shipping. That's it. Join Blue Chew's mission to upgrade humanity one thrust at a time. Head to BlueChew.com for details and safety info. And big thanks to Blue Chew for sponsoring this podcast. So normally, man, as a big guy, or maybe for some of you small guys, when you put on boxers or boxer briefs, they tend to roll up. But let me tell you about the comfort and the I don't even know what to call it, the stayability. I'm going to just call it the stayability. They stay in one place at all times, no matter what I do, and no matter how tight my pants are. Skims. Skims underwear make me very comfortable and very confident. I promise you, it feels like I got an air conditioner on down there. I'm never sweaty. That's me. Personal endorsement. Never sweaty. And I always feel a slight breeze. Like some underwear I put on get hot and you get swamp crotch. Not with Skims, not for me. When I found Skims was making underwear for men, I was pretty excited and I was confused because I thought Skims was only for women. I did not know they made stuff for men. And then when I found out that they made men's underwear, I'm like, well, I got to get a pair. I wear underwear every day, and trust me, these changed my life. I like all of them, no matter the color, gray, black, nude, or khaki. So what you want to do right now is go shop Skims Men's at skims.com. Let them know we sent you. After you place your order, select podcasts in the survey and select our show in the drop-down menu that follows.
Like I've had shows where the bikies turn up, the bikers and that, and over a particular joke, and then they're in the venue, and this was a few years ago, and I didn't have security, and I'm just like, all my guys are ex-military, they've all been to war, they know what's going on, and they're very, very good at what they do.
Right.
And they care a lot about, over the last couple of years, I've got to know them really well. They care about me, and they care about my family, more importantly. Like part of our plan is, okay, how do we keep the family safe? How do we get them to a safe place? All that type of stuff.
Right.
All those things you've got to think about. But I've had people, when I did an Aboriginal joke and I put it out, myself.
Yeah.
Like, I talk about that on stage. Like, the reason it went viral is because some dickhead put it on TikTok. It was me. It went viral, but it went viral in the wrong place. So when it was going, like, mad, I looked at all the comments, and they're all super negative because they're all in the wrong circles. One guy called me out. It was very funny. And I haven't done anything about this, but I want to see what happens in the court case.
Uh-huh.
He went hard at me and still does. And then it came out he was charged with like a sexual violence charge against two ladies. I was like, that's fucking hilarious.
Bro, the dude who released my home address on a podcast is in prison now.
Oh, really?
These people that are casting stones at us live in glass houses.
They do, man.
It's like, bro, I talk crazy, but there's no real dirt on me.
And that's why you get away with it.
Right.
That's why I get away with it.
Right.
I talk about this in videos all the
If
time.
there was any police records that I would have, they'd be out by now.
100%.
But that's the thing. I'm clean as shit.
Yeah.
Never even been charged with anything.
Yeah.
Been in handcuffs, but I have no record. I talk crazy. I talk about crazy shit because I can.
Yeah.
So I can talk about those issues because I know I've never done it.
It's like if you've got a mate who makes a domestic violence joke.
I do.
Yeah. Your friends, people, even if you're just at a bar, your friends will laugh at it, but only if they know that you don't go home and beat your wife. If they know that you go home and do that horrible shit,
Right.
they're going to go,
Yeah.
and think it's crazy, think it's horrible. But if they know you're a good person, it's the same with racial-based humour,
Yeah.
gender-based humour, whatever it is. If they know that genuinely you as a human being is a good person, you are a good person, then you're cool.
Yeah, it's like I make gay jokes. I make jokes about trans people, and they're like, oh, you're homophobic. You're transphobic. And it's like, I really don't give a fuck.
Yeah.
But it's funny. It's a trending topic, and it's an issue that divides the country.
100%.
And some people want to hear it.
How
and,
would you not talk about it?
And if you want to be inclusive, you got to get jokes.
Yep. Mate, I had, at the Vulcan the other night here in Austin, I had a lesbian lady in the front row, but she looked trans. And I don't know if that's a compliment or not. But I
Maybe
said,
that's what she wants.
I don't fucking know. She didn't look good. But I said to her, listen, you know, the whole show, I was just into her. And she loved it. She was laughing the whole time.
Right.
Had a great time. People in wheelchairs. You know, if you have someone in a wheelchair in the crowd, and you talk all manner of shit about them, they're laughing, they're having a good time, or they're making noises at the very least. And, you know, they enjoy that because they spend their entire life people staring at them, and now they're a part of the show. I love that shit.
Dude, it's so weird to me, right? Because these jokes that I make, I got like an 8-minute thing on gay guys, and then I wrap it up by saying like how I'm 10% gay. Like I like to see big dicks.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Bro, I did that set. A gay guy was on the side stage at the Laugh Factory and gave me a hug when I came off.
Oh, really?
And he's like, keep going harder on us gays.
Which is good.
Yeah.
But
I love a good racial joke. If I'm at a show, right, and I see a comedian do a good black joke, I'm like, hey, you got my blessing.
yeah.
Or if you say the N-word, be funny.
Yeah.
Don't just say it. Like I've seen comedians say the N-word, and it's like, bro, you just want to say it. There was no depth. There was no jokes around it. You just wanted to say it.
You just wanted a reason to say it.
Yeah.
I remember I went on a podcast in New York once, and I can't remember the dude's name, but I didn't know him. I'd never seen his podcast, but a guy I knew there said, hey, why don't you do this? I think I was supposed to go. I thought I was going on Anthony Cumia's show because I'd done it before. And I turned up at the studio, and this other guy walks in. It was just in the same building. And he starts saying, like, we need to be able to say the N-word, but actually saying it, and continually said it throughout the whole thing. And I'm just sitting there going, oh, shit. I've just got off a plane from Australia. What the fuck's going on? This is not what I need, you know? I'm trying to get a visa here. This is not going to help. So I was just freaking out. But yeah, I think with freedom of speech, you should be able to say whatever you want. And you should be able to say horrible words. But I don't say words like that because it's not... It takes away from conversations. It makes the whole conversation about whether or not you should be able to say shit, you know?
There is an argument that I have where it's like... The N-word is so desensitized. We put out material for all races to enjoy with that word in it. We put out rap music with it. I say it all the time on stage, and it's so desensitized, and we use it so much that I feel like it doesn't have the same power as it used to, you know, during slavery or in the 50s or 60s. And from what I know about living in the South, there was a word that was more derogatory than the N-word, and that was boy. Yeah. I would get more offended if a white dude called me a boy versus the N-word. Me personally. I don't know how other black people feel, but boy would be fighting.
Is boy more like you are lesser than me, you are a child, you are less intelligent, that
right.
sort of thing.
You're a boy. Shut up, boy. Like, that is fighting words from a white guy's mouth.
Have you seen the TikTok guy that does that? Goes up to black people and says, hey boy, get me that off the top shelf. But I think he's half black. I think that's the thing.
Oh.
But like he looks really, really white. And I think that's the thing. But because he gets heaps of followers, heaps of views, heaps of likes, and it's all cool. But I watch it and I go, fuck.
I mean,
crazy, man.
How do we mend race relationships in America?
Shit. That's a big question.
The way that we do it is through art.
Sure.
Right? So it's like music brings us together. We can have commonality with music artists that we love, and blacks and whites both go enjoy it.
Yeah.
I think that's the only way you really heal race relations and in the world is through the arts.
I think you can be just as disrespectful to a black person by saying, you know, you effing black whatever, by saying it in an angry way. You can call anyone anything in an angry way and it sounds horrible or it comes across negative.
Yeah.
Like,
I'd also rather be called nigga than Negro. Yes. I do not like that word. I don't know why.
It's a bit too scientific, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's like, what are you fucking saying?
Negro.
Yeah. Who says that still? Like, is that still in the South?
I say it. I say it to my black friends.
Yeah.
I'm like, what's up, Negro?
Yeah. One of my producers is an Aboriginal guy, and one of the delicacies that Aboriginal people eat is witchetty grubs in Australia.
What's witchetty grub?
Witchetty grub is just like a big, I think it turns into a beetle, but it's just a big grub, big white grub thing.
Oh, like on Lion King?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Like that. And so I love this guy. Got a lot of time for him, have him in my house all the time.
Yeah.
We're good friends, is my point. And we were just recently putting a pool in, and there's heaps of witchetty grubs. And I took a photo every day of a witchetty grub and sent it to him. That's the first thing I said every day. And I feel like you're more racist to your friends than anybody else. And I think that's another tell that somebody's not a piece of shit. They don't care what color you are.
My white friends that are very close to me, they are very racist.
Yeah.
But we can do that because we're friends, and I know you don't have any malintent.
Yeah, exactly.
I don't see it. I mean, I get a lot of shit from black people because they like, oh, you sit around and let white people be racist on that show. And it's like, but who got hurt?
Yeah. It's only powerful if
and guess what? They paid me.
Yeah, exactly.
What are you talking about?
On what? Kill Tony?
Anything, man. Like, I used to be on All Def Digital, and it was a predominantly black network. Everybody on there was black. And then I went over to Kill Tony, and that's when I went back to shoot something with All Def Digital, they was like, oh, you've been around the white boys. You've been around okay, what does that mean?
Who cares, dude? Like,
who gives a fuck?
It's wild. It's wild, and I know people probably say, well, you know, I'm white, so I wouldn't know, but I've never really understood the whole, like, we look at people with different skin colours so differently. I've never understood that concept.
Well, most white people don't get to experience the white privilege that a lot of black people talk about.
Sure.
And they're like, white, because here's the thing, bro, like, poor has no skin color. If me and you are both poor, we're gonna eat the same shit, drive the same car, and probably wear the same clothes.
Yeah.
Poor has no skin color.
Yeah. The white privilege thing is interesting because it's the same as male privilege. Like, there are some things that white people will do and they'll get away with that a black person may not, or a man might do and a woman may not. Like, if we're both walking down the street, maybe the police harass you first or whatever. You know what I mean?
I don't know, bro. I think it's with the intent and the energy that you carry.
Yeah, sure.
I think the energy that you carry speaks louder than skin color. I really do, bro, because I look like this. I'm everything that should be a police magnet. I'm everything that should be racially profiled. I drive old school cars with 24, 26-inch rims, music loud, muffler loud, and I don't get pulled over. Yeah. And on the rare occasions that I do get pulled over, there's never been a hostile situation because my mother raised me right. She raised me how to go home at night.
Yeah.
Because
Did you say right or white?
Right.
Oh.
So she raised me as to let me know that's not your time to argue when a police officer pulls you over. So turn your car off, turn your music off, have your hands on the steering wheel.
Yeah.
And
there's plenty of people that, you know, white people that carry on in police stops or traffic stops. Like,
I just know from me, and I can only speak from my black experience. I went to a pretty all-white school from K through middle school, and then I started going to like a mixed school, I started playing sports. So you had to go to the school with more black people to have a better sports team. When I started going to high school and such, one thing that I noticed was that a lot of black students that I would be around, but a lot of my friends at the time they had a problem with authority. There was I remember I would come late with one of my best friends to school, and the campus police would stop us and be like, "Why y'all late? Go check in at the office so y'all get a late note." And my friend would be like, "Keep walking, man. Fuck that nigga." You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And it's like, if you have that lack of authority in high school, then that transfers over to being an adult.
Yeah.
And I mean, there are some police officers who are on power trips. I've seen videos of it.
Definitely.
But I think a lot of stuff that happens to us as black people could be avoided. And they're like, well, we shouldn't have to do that. Well, do you want to go home? If I feel like my life is in danger, because I never know. If I get put up by a police officer, I never know what the fuck's gonna happen. I could run into a bigot cop. I could run into a cop who's just having a horrible day. Maybe he's not like that all the time, but maybe I didn't pull over when he thought I should pull over. Maybe I was driving too fast. Maybe I look like whatever. So it's like, those are possibilities, but I don't think that's every officer.
No, well, it's definitely not. There's horrible people that work in every profession, and you will encounter...
And the most trouble I've ever had from police officers were they look like me, they were black.
Yeah, okay.
Bro, I got handcuffed and sat on a hood by a black officer.
Really?
For not having a California license. And I'm like, bro, you're treating me like a criminal.
Yeah.
I'm like, I'm handcuffed.
Was he smaller than you?
He was a big guy.
Okay. Because I feel like...
Fair size.
If he was a small dude, I'd be like, okay, maybe handcuff someone. I don't know. I guess that with police, like, you don't know what they've just come from. You don't know where they're going. I understand all that. But yeah, you've got to be an amazing professional to be a good police officer. Like, you have to be the best of the best. And that's just impossible to have. You can't have... You don't pay them enough to be these incredible people.
Yeah.
So I think with the white privilege, what I was going to say was...
And I can even say, as far as me, right? I used to be a door guy at the Comedy Store.
Yep.
And some days you got good days, some days you got bad days. And when I was working those late night shifts at the back door where it's cold and shit, I don't talk to 400 people. By the 402nd person, I got an attitude.
Yeah.
Where's the bathroom? Goddamn, can't you see it right there? Like, you start off nice, but eventually you're human. You get tired, you're tired of answering the same fucking questions. Where's the restroom?
I think it's the same with a lot of people, though, even with, like, celebrity status. It depends, someone's opinion of you depends when they've run into you. Like, if I've just got off a flight, I'm at LAX, I'm standing in customs for 2 hours, and you see me on YouTube once, and you saw my first viral video, and you've never watched me since, and you go, oh, let's, come here, let's get a photo, I'm eating dinner, maybe I'm not the most polite human being of all time. But if you run into me at the supermarket, and it's all smiles, all happy, I'm a completely different person. So...
No, that's real.
Yeah.
Where and how people meet you determines how they see you.
Yeah, because there's people, like, you read comment sections. Oh, Isaac Butterfield's a horrible, rude person. I read somewhere once about me being, like, aggressive towards my wife in public, which has fucking never happened.
I did see you grab her, though.
I throw, like, a quick little bun to the kidneys just to keep her in line. But that's never happened. And you read it, and you're like, well, this is now what people think about. So... It's just, everyone has their own worldview. Everyone's experiencing the world in their own way. And, we were at the park the other day in Newcastle where we live, and my son goes up to these black people. Like he's never seen black... Our old house, we used to live next door to 2 African people, and we saw them every day. Yeah. And he went up to them, said g'day all the time. But he went over there and pointed at them like he'd never seen black people before. And I was like, what are you doing? This is ridiculous, dude. And it was just so funny because they were like, oh, look at these white... It's like, no.
How are race relations in Australia?
I think people play it up. Like, there's definitely, like, racist people, 100%. But I grew up playing, like, rugby league with a lot of brothers. And we used to put shit on each other all the time, like friends do.
Oh, yeah, locker rooms are crazy.
Crazy environments.
Anybody who's never been in a locker room, you want to experience...
That's that locker room talk.
You want to experience some racist talk? Go to a locker room.
100%. And it was, that was just normal. Like, it was all cool. Everyone was friends.
Yeah.
But that's how I grew up. I grew up with a lot of Aboriginal people in my friend group. And so then when you get called a racist because you make a joke about that environment, you're like, what? No, that's not correct. But people say, okay, well, you might not be racist, but people who watch your videos, they might be racist. Or they go to your stand-up shows, they might be racist. And I'm like, well, yeah, but if you go watch a John Wick movie, what if there's a killer in the crowd? Like, should we not have those movies? Should we not have, rap or gangster rap that's talking about whatever,
Bro, I don't care if you're racist, bigoted. At the end of the day, just have respect for me. Because I feel everybody has a little racism in them.
Well, it makes sense, right? It makes sense, as a human being, every time throughout history we've seen someone that didn't look like us, they might still be the same skin colour.
Isn't it natural?
It's very natural.
It happens in animals.
Right? It freaks people out because if you turn up or I turn up on your shores 100,000 years ago or 10,000 years ago even, 1,000 years ago.
I'm about to kill you.
100%. It's not going to end well. It never ended well.
Try to go to that island outside of India. What is it called?
North Sentinel Island.
The North Sentinel Islands.
Yeah, they'll see you. They'll think you're a ghost because you're white and they'll go, we need to send an arrow that way.
Even if you're black.
That's right. You're not black enough. They're a lot darker.
Go spread that shit over there. And let me know how the last guy died.
Yeah, he did.
They shot him with arrows trying to spread Christianity.
Even when...
But I mean, imagine... They've been what? What's it been, 2,000 years?
Yeah.
Since they've been like...
A long time.
And imagine 2,000 years ago how bad they view white people. Because what the fuck were white people doing 2,000 years ago to people like that? You know what I'm saying?
Only 200 years ago in Australia.
Yeah. So it's like, they see a white person, they're like, oh, this motherfucker's coming to take my shit and kill my fucking family. All of us are feeling it. Life has been a little crazy lately, and one thing that has helped me unwind has been cornbread hemp CBD gummies. All of us are always looking for a natural way to relieve aches and discomfort. The CBD gummies from cornbread hemp are formulated to work with your body, not against it. I'm not as young as I once was, but I'm still pretty good. But I care a lot about maintaining my physical and mental wellness. Cornbread hemp CBD gummies are a huge part of that. Have you tried everything under the sun for peace of mind? It sounds like it's time for you to try cornbread hemp CBD gummy. Cornbread hemp CBD gummies are made to help you feel better, whether it's stress, discomfort, or just needing a little relaxation. They only use the best part of the hemp plant, the flower, for the purest and most potent CBD. Formulated to help relieve discomfort, stress, and sleeplessness. Right now, Fishing with David Lucas listeners can save 30% off your first order. Just head to cornbreadhemp.com/FDL and use code FDL at checkout. That's cornbreadhemp.com/FDL and use code FDL.
And even in North Africa, in about 1,000 years ago, there was a massive slave trade of white Europeans. So throughout history, there has been all different skin colours and the same skin colours treating each other like shit. It's human nature to be fearful of people who don't look like you, and it's only over the last couple of centuries that we've started to go, hang on, let's unlearn this shit. Let's be real about who these people are that don't look like me.
Yeah, I mean, when I think about the whole slave trade, right? I feel like slavery should be taken out of schools in America.
Okay.
I remember, so when I started going to school in Georgia, we went on a field trip to this place called Jarrow Plantation. Why? I mean, if they did that in this day and age, it'll be...
Welcome back, David.
But no, if an elementary school went on a fucking field trip to a slave plantation in 2025, that school would be shut the fuck down.
Yeah.
But we went on a fucking field trip to Jarrow Plantation when I was probably 6th, 7th grade. And we got the in-depth slave trade.
Right.
We got to see the quarters.
Is that much of a bad thing?
Huh?
Is that a bad thing though to understand history and?
But what I was about to say is the reason I don't particularly like talking about it, and this is just me.
Yeah.
The moment I went on that field trip, and most of my friends were white, I felt inferior to them.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
But that was me as a kid. That's my kid mind.
Yeah.
But imagine...
You still felt it.
Right, but imagine how many other kids possibly feel, or a white kid you're telling them that they were superior over people of color.
They start looking at you differently.
You know what I'm saying? Like that
Yeah.
type of indoctrination starts in elementary school because that's when we learn about slavery. So if you're breeding that in schools, what the fuck are gonna happen to the adults if you keep that mindset?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like all of a sudden now, I felt equal to my white friends, but now I feel like they're better than me subconsciously because their ancestors could have owned my ancestors.
Yeah. And that's, obviously something that's I can only sort of consider in my mind. I can't have the same feelings as you, but it makes sense. It makes sense from the point of view of you're really pointing out the differences that we can't control just in skin color.
But I feel like why is it needed? Why do we need to study slavery? I don't need to know that. I don't want to have a victim mentality. I don't want my kids to have a victim mentality. I don't raise them. I've never talked to my kids about slavery. Ever. And I never, they'll probably learn on their own, but I will never. It's just like,
I guess it does reinforce the idea that you as a black person are inferior and people owned you.
Right.
That type of thing.
I don't want to think about that.
No. And why? See, in Australia, we have the genocide that was committed against Aboriginal people by white Europeans that came over. Like, it was horrible. And Aboriginal people fought back, and there was wars and all this type of stuff. Horrible shit. But a lot of kids are now learning, and they're learning, and I think it's important in a sense. Like, they're learning the history of it. They're learning the truth about it because, oftentimes in history it's told by the victors, right? The people who have taken over. And they're learning truth about it. I think that's good. It's good to know what happened in a sense. But also, you got a lot of white kids coming home. And I heard this from a friend who changed their daughter's school.
Uh-huh.
They changed the school because she came home over a couple of week period crying. She's like, why did we take their land? Why did we do it? And it's like, okay, if you're going to teach this stuff to kids, you need to teach them that, no, it wasn't you. These are people hundreds of years ago that you have nothing to do with, who had a horrible sense of the world and they felt like they needed to take things over and all that type of stuff. If you're going to teach kids, the truth about what goes down when one group takes over another country, then you need to be able to give them the tools to understand it. And probably those tools don't come until they're a lot older and they can understand these things. Conversely, you don't want to teach a young Aboriginal kid or a young black kid that, hey, you were a victim, you were attacked, this horrible thing's happened, and now you may or may not feel...
I've never seen Roots.
Sorry?
I've never seen Roots.
Right, okay, gotcha.
Slave movie.
Yep.
Alex Haley, I believe. Never seen it.
Yeah.
Never will watch it. Never will show it to my kids. Last slave movie I watched was 12 Years a Slave.
Yeah.
And that type of... It's the same thing like listening or watching certain programs. It's literally programming our brains. Bro, I watched 12 Years a Slave. I was angry at white people for like 2 weeks. And my grandmother's half white. You know what I'm saying? I got white cousins.
Yeah.
And I'm like, man, fuck them.
Yeah.
But I don't think you should be watching shit like that.
Yeah. Well, it creates this... It can create a victim too. And it can create anger. And I think that's not a great thing. It doesn't help people heal.
Right.
And I guess that's what we sort of need to be doing. And maybe that's what affects race relations more than anything is healing.
We're being desensitized to too much.
Like the Charlie Kirk thing.
Like the Charlie Kirk shooting, bro. Like, I don't think we're supposed to see a human take their last breath. We're not, bro. I hate that I watched that shit, bro. And I hate the way that some people are celebrating him getting shot in front of his kids. And then the sucky thing is, like, it now became a race issue. You know what I'm saying? And it's like the comparison started. George Floyd versus Charlie Kirk. And they're trying to compare, bro.
It's not even in the same realm.
Why? Social media is a cancer.
Oh, yeah.
I cannot wait to the day when I don't have to use it anymore. It is such a cancer to see this shit, to see people talk. It's a human life. I don't have to agree with your ideology, but I don't want anybody to perish.
I struggled to think of anyone in hindsight when I was thinking of the Charlie Kirk thing that I disagree with. Even the most vile people, that there isn't one that I would like to see get their head blown off.
No.
Like, it's crazy.
And I believe in the Bible, bro. And it's like everybody will have their day of judgment.
Sure.
There's only a couple of people who I feel like should be put to death. And that's anybody who fondles with kids. Those are the only ones.
They're
right?
the irredeemables.
Right.
You can't come back from
Cannot come back from that. Anybody else, let them, like, bro, that's, how do you know how he lived?
Yeah.
And when did we start taking words as your sole value?
There is a whole opportunity for, if you disagree with Charlie Kirk completely, there's an opportunity for him to change as a human being and perhaps morph into exactly who you are.
It's like
as life goes on.
It's like the Klan guy that changed.
Yes, right.
Anybody can change.
Anybody can change.
Give him a shot. Like, I don't know. I'm too trusting of human nature. My mom always tells me that's a problem, and I feel like anybody should. I would have a conversation with anybody. If you told me you hate black people, I probably want to talk to you even more.
Yeah.
Where did this come from? Or if you tell me you hate white people, let's see why. Maybe you witnessed some shit.
Yeah.
Maybe you maybe white people did something vile to you as a kid, and that's the reason you have this hatred in your heart for a certain race of people.
Well, how many women hate men because of violent partners or their dad, and how many men hate women because of, shit relationships?
I mean, I grew up, and I can say I was a victim of that because, and that's why I joke about, domestic violence so much, because my mom, I had an abusive father, you know what I'm saying, who beat my mom, and he had, addictions and shit, and he even beat her one time when she was pregnant with me, you know what I'm saying? And my mom never told me. She kept it, because she always wanted me to have my own opinion of my father myself. So she never put any misinformation. She'd be like, if you want to talk to him, I'll call him. But she never said, he ain't shit. He did this to me. He did that. It was my aunt who told me. And then when I heard that, I hated my father. You know what I'm saying? Because of this information that possibly could have been kept away. I don't know.
It sounds like your mum is a very intelligent person.
She is. And she's the reason I think the way I think.
Yeah.
Because she's always told me, baby, I don't care what you hear about somebody. Learn them for yourself.
Yeah. Experience
them for yourself. She was like, you can never make an opinion off of somebody until you meet them. And that is the truest words.
And that's what a lot of people miss out on, is that important figure in their life that molds them into who they are. Like, the dude who shot Charlie Kirk, like what is his upbringing? I know his dad was a sheriff, but how involved was that dad? Did they miss out on something? Was there something missing there? Was the mum not doing this, that, or the other? Like, something's
the house was screwed up. And that's where a lot of kids go wrong in life, because how do you have a radical son living with you and you don't know? Right? Like, if my kid lives with me, 22? And at a certain age, he just starts picking up the hobby of want to shoot.
What are you doing? Like, you got to start asking questions.
Ask questions, investigate, bro.
Like, for a lot of parents too, they switch off after they turn 18 or they finish high school or whatever.
But it's your house. You run that house.
Yeah.
My granddad didn't tolerate that shit, bro. Growing up with my grandfather, dog, talk about a fucking detective.
Yeah.
And this is what I'm saying, where it a lot of parents, they accept shit from their kids knowing that their kids might not have the means. Like, just say, for instance, if I live with my mom and I'm 21, and this is a saying that we talk about in the South, whereas if you lay with dogs, you get fleas, right?
Sure.
So you might not directly have did something for that situation, but you were okay and comfortable with what was going on. So now you have a residual of fleas. So if I live with my mom right now and she knew I didn't have a job and I came home with a new game system, she's gonna think one of two things. You stole that or you selling drugs.
Yep.
And she would not allow it in her house, and neither would my grandfather. I remember when I was a kid, I came into my granddaddy's house with a brand new yo-yo.
Yeah.
And it wasn't nothing but $5. How you get that?
Right.
Where you get that from?
I mean,
you ain't got no money, you ain't got no job. So these type of, and that's how I was raised, right? So it's like, I knew I couldn't come into that house with no bullshit because my granddaddy's on it. How you get a yo-yo? I need to know. Either you stole it, and I was like, Granddad, I traded a couple of toys. My granddaddy called the kid.
Really?
Because I come from that type of background, bro. Like, I come from a solid household. I come from a household where it's like, nah, that shit ain't coming to my house. Not if it's stolen.
Yeah.
Like, you gonna have to sleep outside. My granddad say shit like that. He called a kid to make sure that what I was saying was true.
It's that Jordan Peterson clean your room shit. Like, your environment that's on you. And if you're the adult, if you're the parental figure, like, you got to make sure that everything is spick and span in there. And if it's not, it starts to breed this, this child that then becomes an adult that is missing parts of their ability to think clearly or think critically or, control themselves emotionally, whatever. Like, we see so many kids go out into the world and they become violent, they become depraved individuals, they get hooked on drugs, and partially that's to blame on, the drugs themselves, the friends, whatever, but it also comes down to them.
My kids are my responsibility, and how they turn out, I will take accountability of it until they're 25, till their brain is fully developed.
Sure.
I take full accountability for my kids' actions and anything they might become up until the age of 25, because parenting does not stop at 18.
No, and a lot of parents switch off, man. Particularly the more kids they have, kids get to 18.
I'm just fucking if I got 11.
Yeah.
I check in with all my kids every day, before school, after school.
As you should.
Yeah.
That's the way to do it, because you're their dad. You're not just some guy.
Right. And they're not allowed to watch YouTube with headphones on. I need to hear what you're listening to.
Sure. And that's where, I think it's important to hear all sides. But the way that algorithms work is anything you sort of listen to once or twice, that becomes your entire life. And that's dangerous. That's dangerous for kids who don't understand that. Even for adults, my dad got caught in the algorithm of conspiracy theories and stuff. And just that became, not an obsession, but his personality for quite a while. Where he was just he didn't understand the rabbit hole. He just kept getting fed all this stuff, and that became everything he was talking about.
It's a slippery slope.
Absolutely. I love conspiracy as much as the next guy, but you can't make your whole life about it.
It's not my basis. I watch all type of crazy shit.
Yeah.
But it's not my essence.
Yeah, back to what we were saying about free speech and jokes, I got taken to the Human Rights Commission. That was the big thing. And they said, this one lady complained, she said she feared for her children's lives because of those jokes that I told. And she wanted me to apologise and undergo training. Whatever that means. So they wanted me to fly up to Queensland, they wanted me to front this board, this commission, and explain myself. And it cost me thousands of dollars of lawyer fees, 2 years of time, and all this stress, not knowing. I asked my lawyer, can I go to jail here? Am I going to get fined? He's like, I don't know. There's no sort of case law on this type of stuff.
Wow.
And it's only getting worse in our country. We're seeing it in England all the time. But
yeah, somebody just got arrested, right?
Yeah, Graham. I think it's Graham Lionham.
Yeah.
He created Black Books, the show.
Yeah,
in the UK.
Regardless of how we feel about Charlie Kirk, just don't let them silence free speech.
I'm seeing a lot of people, and I think I might make a video about it for YouTube, but from the right, trying to cancel people from the left in the exact same way people from the left try to cancel people because they're making jokes about Charlie Kirk and stuff. I was very sad that he was killed, and I thought it was horrific, and I felt fucking sick to my stomach when I saw it. But people still make jokes about shit.
Yeah, make your jokes.
What do you really feel?
What do I really feel?
No, but what do you really feel when you make those jokes? Are you being serious? A lot of those people are being serious, and that's not cool.
Yeah.
But if you're just talking shit, I don't think there's a problem with that at all.
If you're talking shit, talk shit, but you can see the conviction in some of the videos.
Oh yeah, people are cheering. That's not what I mean.
I watched a lot of Charlie Kirk's debates. I watched a lot of them. It was very entertaining to me, bro. It was very entertaining to see people come to his podium and try to rage bait with emotions, and he's spitting facts. I met him a couple of times. I didn't feel any racism. He shook my hand, looked me in the eye like a man. I don't know. I don't think he was a racist. I don't see it at all. Candace Owens rode for him hard. And bro, I grew up with a lot of white dudes who talk like him.
Yeah.
And I go eat at their house. Their kids play with my kids. Am I wrong?
I think that's a good way to tell someone's real opinions on people based on their colour. If they let their kids play with your kids, then there's no issue. right, then they're a genuine human being. Because obviously people are protective of their kids.
Yeah.
And if they, if your daughter runs over to my son and I pick him up, then you go, oh, okay, we're dealing with a fucking psycho here.
Right.
This is not good. But if they're just normal, then you're like, okay, cool.
Right.
And I think you can tell a lot about a person by how they act with, kids and other people who are, vulnerable people like kids and that. I don't know, man. It's a
weird world, weird times, bro. All we got to do is stay on our soapbox and
that's it.
And
keep speaking the truth and keep telling jokes and
hope that people decide to continue to listen to us. One thing that I do know that Charlie Kirk did was put a mirror to a lot of people, and a lot of people don't like what they see back.
Yeah.
He called a lot of that shit out.
And I think he changed a lot of minds too.
I think as a black guy, even though black people don't like me as a representation of them, he did talk about a lot of our culture issues. He talked about culture issues on both sides, you know what I'm saying? And I don't think black people like to hear it from a white messenger.
Sure.
But also a lot of the last few messengers that were black were silenced. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, who do we hear it from? Will this bring black people together? Will black people look at what Charlie Kirk said and did and be like, maybe we should get our shit together. Maybe we should sweep in front of our own door first. And I grew up with a prideful family. We have events at our house, or we would have family reunions or whatnot, and we might be dysfunctional as fuck. But leading up to that event, we're going to be united. We're going to show unity. We're going to show love and compassion. And I feel like people got to get back to that.
I think it's getting there. I think with this generation of parents too, and particularly dads, being more involved, being better than our dads, really...
Not being drunk all the goddamn time?
That's it. That type of shit. Like, I don't know. Even little things, like before a show, I always put my son to bed because for some reason he likes me to do it. He likes his mum to do other things that he doesn't like me to do, sort of thing. That's just his thing. And it's great. It gets, for years for the last 2 years, I've been putting him to sleep in the green room before I walk on stage.
Oh, okay.
That's how I get ready for a show, just shushing him off to sleep.
Nice.
But it makes me very grounded, very centered. And for a long time, my goal in life was to be a comedian. And now it's like, yeah, that's great, love it, really enjoy what I do. But now it's all just family. And I think the more effort that you put into your family,
that's it.
More positivity comes into your life.
That's where the wealth is at.
Dude, how many people have all the money in the world and no love? And they've got nothing.
Most of them.
And
that's what I admire so much about Joe. And another guy, very polarizing individual, speaks his mind. And regardless of what you think about him or how you view him, this guy puts family first.
Yeah.
I remember one time we were doing a show, and Joe rolls around with security, and his wife was at a concert, and I was right next to him. His wife was at a concert or something, and she got lost from her car, her and the kids, and Joe was like, "Hey, y'all, forget about me. Y'all two go figure her situation out."
Yeah.
And it was like that, and then just like, I'll see him take the time off. He's like, "Oh yeah, I gotta take a week off to be a family guy." You know what I'm saying? Like, fuck this money. My family, his family is everything to him.
Yeah.
Everything.
And he has the benefit of being, 50 years old and can look at it like that. He's not a 20-year-old who has kids or whatever, and he's like, no, I need to make this money. I need to do this. Like, he still works very hard, no doubt.
Right.
But having that introspection, I feel like it's a modern attitude to be able to go, this is all we work for. This is all we do any of this shit for.
Yes.
Like, I don't roll around in, fancy clothes or anything. That's not me, right? I don't need that. I know some people like that shit, and that's cool if that's
right.
But
right.
I want to be able to you know, buy my son toys and go on holidays and vacations and keep him safe. And I don't know, man, just to be able, one of the best things that I've had, and I think this is more valuable than anything I've ever made or done or experienced, is being able to work from home.
Yeah. What's your podcast?
Everything I do on YouTube, I'm at home all the time. I've been able to watch him grow from literally 1 second old to 2.5 without being away from him for more than a couple of hours maximum.
Right.
Like, I'm very lucky to do that. And my wife works from home too. So we're both there all the time. And that is something that you can't buy and you can only get with, you know, hard work, but a lot of luck too.
Yeah.
So
it's, hey man, we just got to keep being great examples of men, great examples of fathers.
That's the goal.
And the rest of the world will wake up eventually. You know what I'm saying? We can at least know that we instilled it in our kids.
I wrote a book about it. Better Man.
Yeah,
what it's called.
I saw it. Yeah.
And
you should have brought me a copy.
It's too heavy in the luggage.
Mail me one copy.
I'll send you one.
Oh, it's too heavy to bring in a suitcase.
Well, to be honest, it's an audio book at the moment. Or there's a physical one.
Well, that's not heavy at all. I want the physical one.
You want the physical?
Put it in my library.
Okay, I'll send you one.
I'll put it next to Matt Walsh. Are you racist?
Okay.
Are you a racist?
I like it. I fit right in.
It's signed.
It was writing that was really interesting because it gave me a chance to think through my own thoughts.
Right.
And the whole point of that book is like, you're going to, in the first 30 years of your life, you're going to encounter some shit, and here's a way to navigate it. It's not like a self-help book. It's like, you know, I had issues with anxiety problems and health problems and stuff that really could have sent me down a really bad path. But here's how I dealt with it. Here's how I dealt with having a baby or finding a wife. Like, there's a whole chapter on marrying your best friend, marrying someone that, you know, is someone you can spend every single second of the day with and not fight with, not carry on with, you know?
That's important.
But yeah, there's a lot that people need to do that they're not doing. And, you know, I'm not perfect, but
none of us are.
I think I'm starting to find my feet. And until you're an old man, maybe you never do find your feet, but...
Yeah, you don't find it until you're like 55.
You've been caught there, mate.
Yeah, I'm stuck on something. So what you got coming up next? You got any American tour dates?
Yeah, so I'm in next week, or it depends when this comes out, but next week I'm in at the Hollywood Improv.
Oh, nice.
And then the week after that...
You headlining?
Yeah, it's my own show, so that'll be cool.
I wish I was there.
Well, you love LA, right?
Yeah.
I think I've caught all the weeds.
Yeah, me too.
The bait worked. And then after that I'm at Stand Up New York.
Oh, right on.
In New York City, so that'll be really cool. Then we're heading back. I've got a special coming out at the end of the year. That'll either be on a streaming service or YouTube. We don't know yet, but we shall see. It's all happening.
Yeah. Isaac Butterfield, guys, thank you for taking the time to be with me today. Thank y'all for watching another episode of Fishing with David Lucas. We want to hear what you got to think. Leave it in the comments. I am on tour. Make sure you go to davidlucascomedy.com. I will see you this weekend, Kansas City. I can't wait to come up there because that's where the infamous accident happened. It was at the Kansas City Improv.
Oh, really?
With George Floyd. Yeah, so I haven't been there in like 2.5 years.
You're doing 10 minutes on George Floyd up top, aren't you?
No, I'm not doing shit about George Floyd, bro. I try to keep that man's name out of my mouth. It caused too many problems. Too many problems, too many fucking lawyer fees, dog. So I'll see y'all this weekend. Yeah, peace.